Good evening. Thanks for staying with us. I'm Cody Holyoke.
And I'm Ann McCloy. Only one more day of Common Core testing to go. The math sections of the tests end tomorrow. And although most students have been taking these exams, a growing number of students have instead opted out.
Yeah, and some moms and dads are insisting that those opt-out numbers, as they're called, would be even higher had the process of refusing a test been easier. Capitol reporter Kimberly Howard live at our Capitol Bureau tonight. And Kimberly, there's some legislation, we're told, that would do that very thing.
That's right, Cody and Ann. This is a bill that would allow parents to opt out through an email or even in person. They would no longer have to submit that formal letter to their district. Of course, not everyone is on board.
I just left it up to my children, pretty much.
And Christina Amels got one of each, a son who decided to take Common Core tests and another who opted out.
My younger one, he really didn't want to take it. He said that he didn't want to, it would upset him.
Whatever the reason to refuse the exams, the number of opt-outs is growing. The most recent numbers compiled by United to Counter the Core show more than 190,000 students have opted out statewide. That's more than 17% of those who were supposed to be taking it.
We saw the numbers, parents and educators are sending a strong message.
Assemblyman Angelo Santa Barbara is sponsoring legislation that would make opting out of Common Core tests easier. Right now, parents must write a formal letter to their district to say no to the exams. But this proposed law would allow for other ways as well.
Whether it's an email and writing, and in some cases even verbally, to be able to have, to make it as easy as possible.
Schenectady Superintendent Larry Spring isn't so sure that would be a good thing.
I'm in favor of, any kind of procedures for how to handle it, but to me, legislation that makes it easier for kids to opt out sounds like it's in conflict with other existing policies.
The bill would also require schools to offer alternative educational programs during the test. Right now, students can sit quietly and read if they opt out of the exam, but there's concern that some kids are sitting and doing nothing.
They got to have something in place, some procedure in place to say if they're not going to take a test, we're going to have them do some other learning exercise.
Whether or not you agree, there's also now a new place to speak your mind, a website lawmakers will be monitoring to listen to parents' concerns about education.
Also students, I want students to get on this website, and I want to hear directly from them because they're there every day.
Meanwhile, the Board of Regents must still come up with a new teacher evaluation plan by June 30th, but now the Chancellor is asking that districts have until September of 2016 to implement that plan. That, of course, is much longer than the original November 2015 deadline. Coming up at 6:30, why some districts think that is a much better idea and what the governor's office has to say. Live in the Capitol Bureau, Kimberly Howard, CBS 6 News.